I love building LEGO Star Wars creations, and in this video we are going to create 3 unique clone bases in LEGO in 8 minutes, 80 minutes and 8 hours. For the 8 minutes creation we are going to Salekumai to create a small clone camp on this very remote planet. After I created very simplistic terrain, I'm adding some characteristic vegetation. Next I'm creating some crates and cargo boxes, as well as I'm setting up the material cover over the camp. Let's add 91st Recon Corps Trooper. I like how nicely this little camp turned out, especially for such a short building time. For the 80 minutes creation we are going to make a small Republic outpost located on a snowy planet. Let's quickly create black frame and main foundation for the future creation. I'm going to use half of the base plate for a snowy terrain, which I'm creating by utilizing plates, tiles and some wedge plates. In between the snow I'm adding tiny areas of frozen water to break up the monotony of the white snow. Furthermore, for a nice color accent, I'm adding these lavender plants to previously prepared spots. I'm very pleased how well this section turned out. Let's create a transition between the snow and the actual outpost. I'm adding these grill pieces as a cooling system for our machinery inside the outpost. It's time to work on the design of the base, so I'm creating its sidewall in a dark grey with addition of a dark red stripe. The angled front wall sections you see were the first thing that gave me the idea for such design of the outpost. Moving on, I'm creating this rounded door design by using side building technique. But it wasn't something I was satisfied with, so I'm reworking it using a bit different and much more complex design. Now I can easily say that I'm happy with how nicely these doors came out. Let's complete the front structure of the wall. A characteristic element of the Republic's bases is a presence of a dark red color, so I'm adding it to the front wall. Let's use filler brick to quickly strengthen the back of the creation. To finish the outpost I'm creating simplistic roof design with many details like Republic symbol and little communication device. Lastly, I'm adding small bits of snow. It's time to add minifigures. I'm very happy how uniquely this creation turned out. The combination of frozen water and snow with dark grey base looks so nicely. If it wasn't for the dark red accents, characteristic for Republic army, you could even easily turn this into a first over base. For our 8 hours creation we are going to make a clone base located somewhere in the outer rim territories. On the beginning I'm making a simple and thin black frame for a nicer aesthetic. Next I will create a boundary defining the cross section of the terrain, as well as I will place larger plates to slowly raise the foundation for the future terrain, so it will look more naturally than just a flat ground. Now I'm making the support structure that I will later use to create smaller rock formations by using the snot technique, so building on the side of the bricks. To make the rock formations I'm using various slopes, tiles, plates and wedge plates. I try my best to make seamless transitions between rocks while blending my two primary colors being dark tan and medium nougat. I very like creating the rockwork through this technique. The regular way of slopes stacking onto each other would often take so much more time to make it right, but with this way you can really save time and have much more fun with the design. I'm happy how nicely this small but nice looking section of rock formations turned out. Let's focus our attention on the terrain. I'm utilizing a lot of various slopes, plates, tiles and wedge plates in dark tan and medium nougat color to create diverse but as natural looking terrain as it's possible. Additionally, I'm adding small dark grey rocks here and there. I like how nicely the terrain came together. Let's build up a bit the terrain over the previously created rock formations. Now I'm going to make a heat exhaust for the base, connected to it by two pipes made from many 1x1 rounded pieces. I want the side wall of the base to be at a slight angle. To achieve this I'm using a snot structure finished off with panel pieces that will nicely slide into the slope structure. Next I'm creating the design for the main entrance. Here I'm just completing the connection between the heat exhaust pipes with the base. Let's make a foundation for the doors. With that finished, I'm creating the actual door design, which uses combination of snot bricks and brackets to create a seamless angle. I'm very happy how great this entrance turned out. It's time to work on the foundation for the interior of the base. I'm going to use this section for a small room equipped with little armory on the side with cabinets and places for clone rifles. To complete this sidewall, I will rework this panel by adding some dark red stripes and some kind of electrical component sticking out from the wall to make this side a bit more interesting than a plain surface. Let's put it into the previously prepared spot. And that's a finished sidewall. Let's continue work on the interior, where I'm placing tiles to form a nice floor for this corridor. Before making second room in the base, we need to complete the exterior walls. I'm making here another wall at a slight angle and I'm preparing spots for the future details. Our base needs some defensive measures, so I'm going to make a turret by using my older design, but with modified upper segment. The turret came out really nicely. Now I just need to place it into a desired spot and blend it seamlessly with the rest of the landscape. Here I'm creating simple structures with incorporated fans. The front section is finished, now we can work more on the interior. I will make some characteristic lights in a pattern as seen in many Republic, Imperial and First Order facilities by using white plates in between grey plates. What kind of clone base would this MOC be if there wasn't any kind of control panels and operating station for the troopers? I'm using dark red as an outline for this section and I'm implementing various control panels in it. I'm finishing this section by adding a simple tube. Let's tile off this segment to create a floor. And let's quickly add some exterior details to previously prepared spots. Now I'm creating Technic structure which will hold the roof segment in a locked place. And it fits perfectly. What's left to do is completing this roof. I'm creating various shapes and details to make an interesting structure on top of the base. While doing so, I'm extending the dark red stripes to have continuity of the design throughout the entire base. Lastly, I'm adding a big antenna for the base communication system. I am very pleased with subtle details I managed to put here. Let's add all kinds of clone equipment to the inside of the base. Finally, let's add all the minifigures to this diorama. I'm so happy with how cool this creation came out. The original design of the base with how it's nicely blended into the rock formation and accompanied by uniquely colored terrain creates a powerful result. I'm also very satisfied with nice and compact interior space. Overall, it was a truly fun idea to bring to life and I hope you liked it. If you enjoyed these creations, check out my other LEGO creation visible on the screen.